Back in 2019, when DaBaby blew up and took over the rap game, there was always another face right beside him. A dude everyone started calling DaBaby's sidekick.
Oh, we just the hottest two ever.
There you go.
That's what's up.
That too.
You couldn't catch a single concert, interview, or TV performance that year without spotting Stunna 4 Vegas standing right next to him, repping North Carolina like a loyal brother in arms. After signing to DaBaby's billion-dollar Baby Entertainment, Stunna was officially part of the movement, one of the hottest squads in hip-hop at the time. But that decision, it ended up haunting him later. Because when the pandemic hit, Stunna's momentum dropped fast, and after that, his music just never hit the same again.
Tired of this rap. I was tired of being a rapper for real.
Fans started wondering what really went down between the two. Some people even started spreading rumors, saying Stunna 4 Vegas retired from rap completely after splitting from DaBaby's label. They claimed he switched lanes and started focusing full-time on his AAU basketball team instead. But is that really the full story? In this breakdown, we're digging into what actually happened and why Stunna's career took such a wild nosedive. Over the past decade, we've seen tons of rising rappers signed to these big artist-run record labels, thinking it's their ticket to fame, only for it to blow up in their face later. Sadly, DaBaby's label turned out to be no different.
I was popping my shit too, for sure, and Baby seen it, and he liked something, but he didn't like it on my page, so whoever page he liked it on hit me up, and I said, man, tell him I'm trying to get in touch with him, and Baby responded to me just like that.
But to really understand the situation, let's step into Stunna 4 Vegas' shoes for a second. Imagine how it felt to be right next to a superstar and still lose everything that fast. Before DaBaby and Stunna 4 Vegas became what they called the hottest duo ever born out of Salisbury, North Carolina, just about an hour north of Charlotte, Stunna was already hustling to make his name ring bells. And no, the 4 in his name doesn't stand for Las Vegas. It's all about his hometown pride and the 704 area code.
He hard, man. That little nigga a star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did what a star gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, I led him in the right direction.
Once he graduated high school, he locked in and started chasing music seriously, grinding nonstop to make his sound heard. Bit by bit, he started getting love in the local scene, dropping mixtapes, singles, and turning heads in North Carolina. Then, not even a year later, everything changed. Through a simple Instagram post from a local DJ, Stunna's tracks caught the attention of none other than a rising Charlotte rapper, DaBaby himself. That single moment flipped his entire career around.
I got an independent label, $1 billion Baby Entertainment. Like, he the LeBron James of that. Like,
Okay, so you signed him to your label, basically? Okay, that's what's up.
Stunna always gave props to his biggest inspirations, Lil Wayne, T.I., and Gucci Mane. And you could hear that Southern fire all over his tracks. He was already building something on his own, but when DaBaby reached out, that was an opportunity no up-and-coming artist could turn down. Now, back in 2018, DaBaby wasn't yet the worldwide superstar he'd soon become, but he was definitely a local heavyweight in Carolina's rap scene.
And then when me and Baby came, man, that's all you heard.
When the two finally linked up in person, their bond was instant, not just as artists, but as friends. The moment they hit the studio together, the chemistry was electric, and they wasted no time turning that energy into hits.
Like, I got a deal that Stunna 4 Vegas wasn't supposed to get, but Baby stood on that. This little nigga a star, so if y'all, you feel me? Like, I got the same deal as Baby. Baby was basically telling Interscope, like, nah.
I saw raw talent, DaBaby said about the very first time he met Stunna 4 Vegas. I could tell, even without having much, he still walked and talked like a star. That first impression stuck with him, and it's easy to see why. For Stunna, working with DaBaby wasn't just another collab. It was a total life changer. He went from being a hungry local rapper to living the flashy lifestyle that came with rolling next to one of the hottest artists out. But as we'll see, that luxury didn't last forever, and Stunna eventually stepped away from all that glitz and chaos. The craziest part? Literally the day after they connected on Instagram in September 2018, they hit the studio and recorded their first track together, Animal. Stunna even paid DaBaby for his verse, and when DaBaby posted the song on his YouTube channel, it blew up. To this day, Animal remains one of Stunna's biggest hits. Not long after, the duo dropped another heater, 4 times, featured on DaBaby's Blank Blank mixtape just 2 months later.
You went in the car and you stole them. We trying to get them changed. You can keep everything else you found in the whip. We want the chains.
That project made waves, and Stunna stood out as the only feature, proving their chemistry was something special. Fans were eating up every collab they released. The pair couldn't miss. By the end of 2018, DaBaby made it official. He signed Stunna 4 Vegas to his brand new label, $1 billion Baby Entertainment. The roster started filling up with artists like K Kilo, Wisdom, and the wild-haired Rich Dunk. And for a moment, it felt like they were building an empire straight out of Carolina.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone like that. Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that.
Let's be real about this shit.
It's never been done like this before, Stunna recalled about the signing. You see other rappers and their labels with the jewelry and clothes, but we were really living it. He remembered how those other crews just looked fresh on Instagram, while $1 Billion Baby felt unstoppable, a real movement taking over the game. 3 years from now, me and Baby will still be the hottest rappers in the game, Stunna 4 Vegas once said with full confidence. At the time, signing with DaBaby seemed like the smartest move he could have made, the ticket to becoming a real superstar. He believed DaBaby's label would take him all the way to the top. But fast forward to 2024, and things look totally different. Stunna is now fully independent, releasing music on his own, and sitting at just under 3 million monthly listeners. It's wild to think about. Back in 2019, when DaBaby was unstoppable and Stunna was riding that same wave, no one could have predicted how things would turn out. While DaBaby's Blank Blank mixtape was already heating up the streets, his real explosion came just a few months later, in March 2019, when he dropped his debut album, Baby on Baby. That project took him straight into the mainstream. One quick glance at the now platinum-certified track list shows 13 total songs and only 4 features. Big names like Rich the Kid, Offset, and Rich Homie Quan.
And he just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Honestly, I thought this would have happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then one name that stood out, Stunna 4 Vegas, featured on the banger Joggers. Even though Stunna wasn't a household name yet, the duo's wild energy, larger-than-life personalities, and electric performances had people talking everywhere they went. Their chemistry was undeniable. They weren't just making songs, they were putting on a show every single time they hit a stage. DaBaby wasn't just focused on himself either. He was pushing Stunna hard. Everywhere he went, Stunna went too. The pair were performing at back-to-back venues across the country, sometimes 2 or 3 shows in one day. Fans couldn't get enough of their dynamic, and the hype around $1 Billion Baby Entertainment just kept growing. And let's not forget, Baby on Baby was packed with chart-topping hits. Tracks like Suge, Going Baby, Pony, Walker Texas Ranger, Best Friend, and Babysitter, featuring Offset, had the entire industry watching. On top of that, DaBaby's new deal with Interscope Records gave him major label power, and that push sent both his name and Stunna's face straight into the spotlight.
These niggas think, man, my label ain't dropped me. I asked to be out, you dumb. Just look at my house, goofy.
When DaBaby announced his major Interscope Records deal in January 2019, it wasn't just about him. He made sure everyone knew his brother-in-arms, Stunna 4 Vegas, was coming along for the ride too. He made it clear that Stunna was part of the partnership between Interscope and $1 Billion Baby Entertainment, showing that he believed in his artist as much as himself. A few months later, in May 2019, Stunna 4 Vegas officially signed his own joint deal with Interscope, locking in that big label backing. Right after that came his long-awaited debut album, Big 4X, which leveled him up in a major way. This project brought together some serious star power, with features from Offset, Lil Durk, NLE Choppa, Young Nudy, and of course, 2 bangers featuring his day one partner, DaBaby. It was Stunna's big moment, and he was ready to prove he could stand on his own while still keeping that $1 Billion Baby energy alive. The rest of 2019 just kept getting crazier.
I did come to Houston. I found love in Houston, man. I found peace in Houston. I came to Houston and started thinking way different. I stopped doing a lot of shit I was doing. I just grew up for real.
DaBaby dropped his second studio album, Kirk, in September, which shot straight to #1 on the Billboard charts. His first ever chart-topping project. That same album included yet another Stunna 4 Vegas feature on the song Really, keeping their duo chemistry alive and thriving. And while DaBaby's own star was blasting off, he was everywhere, dropping fire verses on huge records with Post Malone, Lil Nas X, and even delivering one of his best verses ever on J. Cole's Under the Sun. His run in 2019 wasn't just big, it was legendary. Add in their wild, creative visuals shot by the Real Goats production team, those music videos were pure entertainment. Together, DaBaby and Stunna 4 Vegas were constantly going viral, grabbing millions of views and giving fans something new and exciting every single time.
What I wanted when I was playing AU, like, I know what shoes them boys gonna want to play in. Like, you feel me? I know what jerseys they're gonna want to play in. I know what tournaments they're gonna want to play in. Yo, just come f with me. Y'all ain't gotta pay me or nothing. Y'all just gotta come hoop.
From Stunna 4 Vegas' point of view, signing with DaBaby, one of the hottest rappers alive at the time, was the move that blasted him into the spotlight. It was a life-changing decision that took him from local buzz to industry recognition. But just 1 year later, everything was about to take a sharp turn. The start of 2020 looked extremely promising for Stunna. He came out swinging with his hit single Up the Smoke featuring Offset, which went crazy online and pulled in over 100 million streams on Spotify alone. With that kind of momentum, the year was set up to be massive for him. In January 2020, he dropped his second album, Rich Youngin', his highest charting project ever. It looked like he was officially breaking into that next level, getting bigger shows, more attention, and a stronger fan base. Then just a month later in February, he secured another major win, a feature on Polo G's viral hit Go Stupid with NLE Choppa, which quickly became Stunna's most streamed song of all time. Everything seemed lined up for him to finally cement his name in the rap game for good. But then came March 2020 and everything stopped. The world shut down overnight as the COVID pandemic hit full force. Tours were canceled, venues closed, and both DaBaby and Stunna had to pause their non-stop grind of back-to-back shows. Those live performances had been a key part of their rise. Packed crowds, crazy energy, and viral concert clips every week. Suddenly, all of that was gone. Still, DaBaby didn't slow down. He kept his momentum rolling. He dropped his Blame It On Baby album in April 2020, scoring his biggest song ever, the 5-time platinum hit Rockstar, featuring Roddy Ricch. That record went global and locked in DaBaby as a mainstream heavyweight. Meanwhile, Stunna 4 Vegas appeared twice on the deluxe version of that same album released in August, keeping his name out there. But by the next month, the internet had turned its attention to something else entirely. A messy situation when rumors started spreading that Stunna got his chain snatched in Atlanta.
Hey, yeah, I lost my passion, and that probably like led me to getting discouraged. I was happy because I was knowing that, I'm about to start these ventures that I knew I was planning the whole time, trying to get out. It wasn't even no rap, though. It was literally like all AAU shit, like I say. That's when I was like, I'm about to chill.
A video surfaced online showing someone holding his jewelry, and fans instantly started buzzing about it. The drama was loud, and it marked the beginning of a rough chapter for Stunna. As everyone in hip-hop knows, rumors like that can destroy a rapper's reputation in seconds. So Stunna 4 Vegas wasted no time shutting it down. He quickly denied the claims, saying his chain wasn't snatched off his neck like people were saying, but instead stolen out of his car. He wanted to make it clear, nobody ran up on him personally. Still, even though he tried to move past it, the incident left a stain on his image and hinted at the storm that was coming next. Later that same year, in November 2020, Stunna dropped his third album, Welcome to 4 Vegas. It included another collab with his label boss, DaBaby. But this time, things didn't hit like before. The album ended up flopping, becoming Stunna's first project that didn't even chart on Billboard. For someone coming off such a hot streak, that was a serious blow. Then came 2021, and everything around Billion Dollar Baby Entertainment started to shift dramatically. DaBaby was still flying high from one of his biggest moments, his remix of Levitating with Dua Lipa, which dominated charts and radio everywhere. But during his Rolling Loud Miami performance that summer, he said something that would flip his entire career upside down. His homophobic comments during the show instantly went viral. And from that point on, nothing was the same.
We didn't even fall out about shit, you feel me? Like, at all.
Okay, so
niggas just parted ways, bro.
Parted ways,
grow away from each other. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Like, what's your relationship with DaBaby now? Like, do y'all talk or you don't talk no more?
No, we don't really talk too much.
The internet came down hard on him. Cancel culture was in full force, and DaBaby became the main target. Within weeks, major festivals, events, and brands began dropping him left and right. His once spotless superstar image started to crack, and it was all playing out publicly for the world to see. And here's the catch. When you're signed to another artist, your fate is often tied to theirs. That's one of the biggest dangers with these rapper-owned labels. When the boss goes down, every artist under them feels it too. So, as DaBaby's reputation took a serious hit, Stunna 4 Vegas' career got caught in the crossfire. He wasn't the one who said anything controversial, but once DaBaby doubled down on his comments, the backlash started affecting everyone connected to his brand. Because of all the chaos surrounding DaBaby's controversies, neither DaBaby nor Stunna 4 Vegas ended up releasing an album in 2021. And for Stunna, that silence was costly. As an artist who desperately needed another hit to keep his momentum alive, the long break only made things worse. Finally, in May 2022, Stunna 4 Vegas made his return with his fourth album, Ray Ray's Son. But by the time it dropped, the buzz was gone. Even with another DaBaby collaboration on the deluxe edition, featuring that hard, got that dope beat, the kind of sound that would have easily gone viral back in 2019, the project didn't make a splash. It failed to chart at all, marking another tough moment in Stunna's career. As time went on, fans started noticing something else. Standoff, that last track featuring DaBaby, would turn out to be their final song together to date. And even more surprisingly, Ray Ray's Son would go down as Stunna's last album under billion-dollar Baby Entertainment. That was the end of an era. The duo that once ruled the Carolina rap scene was officially done working together. So what really went down behind the scenes? Here's the thing, Stunna 4. Vegas has always been known for being real, laid back, and unbothered by the fake drama that comes with fame. He's never been the type to chase clout or get caught up in attention-seeking antics. A lot of people assumed DaBaby's label dropped him because his music wasn't charting anymore. But that wasn't the truth. Stunna himself later made it clear. He was the one who asked to be released. He wanted out on his own terms, showing he valued his peace and growth over fame and money. Now some might wonder, why would he walk away from a deal most rappers would kill to have? The answer came from his personal life. After the pandemic, Stunna decided to hit reset and move to Houston, Texas, where life started looking completely different. That's where he met his girl, fell in love, and in May 2023, proudly announced that he was expecting his first child. He posted an emotional message that showed how much he'd grown. I tightened up for you. I turned all this around for you. I love you so much. He added, I appreciate you and your mama for changing my life right on time. That moment said it all. Stunna 4 Vegas wasn't chasing fame anymore. He was focused on family, stability, and a brand new chapter of his life.
Before COVID, I was already getting 400,000 a show, 300,000. I definitely got some 400,000s. I was getting 300,000 consistently though, 250, 300.
After moving to Houston, Stunna 4 Vegas gave major credit not only to his new baby for changing his life, but also to something totally unexpected, AAU basketball. One random day, while working out at a 24-hour fitness, he noticed a local AAU team practicing on the nearby court. The players spotted him, introduced themselves, and before long, Stunna had stepped in and basically took over the team as their new owner. Having always been a massive basketball fan, this new lane fit him perfectly. But it wasn't just about the sport. Stunna wanted to do something positive, to be a real role model for young kids in his community. He started using his platform to teach, motivate, and give back, showing that there's more to success than just fame or money. As his passion for music started to fade, his interest in the business side of sports began to grow stronger. The idea of managing or owning teams and helping young athletes reach their goals started to mean more to him than chasing another hit song. Eventually, this shift in focus, paired with his loss of drive for the rap lifestyle, led Stunna 4 Vegas to officially ask to be released from both DaBaby's billion-dollar Baby Entertainment and Interscope Records. But that didn't mean he was walking away from everything. Along with managing his own AAU basketball team, he also began hosting AAU showcases in Houston, helping talented young players get noticed. Still, when he realized that becoming a serious sports agent might mean completely leaving music behind, and maybe even going to college, Stunna made a decision. He wasn't giving up music entirely. He'd just do it his way, independently and only for the fans who truly cared. So he teamed up with STB Entertainment, a Tampa-based distribution company, to handle his releases. With their help, Stunna 4 Vegas dropped his 5th studio album, Forever, in February 2024, but unlike his earlier projects, this one flew under the radar. Unless you were a die-hard fan, you probably didn't even realize it came out. And for the first time ever, the album had no DaBaby feature, symbolizing that Stunna 4 Vegas had officially closed one chapter of his life and stepped into another. Even though Forever didn't chart, it represented something bigger: independence, growth, and peace. Even though some artists from Billion Dollar Baby Entertainment, like K Kilo, have publicly called out DaBaby for how they were managed and promoted under his label, Stunna 4 Vegas has kept things cool. He's made it clear there's no bad blood, saying he and DaBaby simply grew apart over time. It wasn't beef, just two artists walking their own paths. Still, it's hard not to feel a little sad seeing how fast one of rap's most hyped duos fell apart. Back in the day, DaBaby and Stunna 4 Vegas looked unstoppable. Hit after hit, show after show, and videos that broke the internet. But as DaBaby's popularity started to fade, Stunna's momentum also slowed down. Their rise was fast, but their fall came just as quickly. Now at 28 years old, Stunna 4 Vegas is looking at life from a whole new angle. He calls himself a grown man with real responsibilities, things way more important than chasing the next viral moment or hit song. He's grateful for what music did for him, no doubt, but he's accepted that his peak rap days are probably behind him. And honestly, he seems totally at peace with that. These days, with a beautiful family, a catalog full of songs that fans will remember forever, and his growing involvement in AAU basketball, Stunna 4 Vegas has found happiness beyond the mic. He's still doing what he loves, giving back and building something real. And that's what truly matters. If you made it this far, show some love. Like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video with someone who still remembers when DaBaby and Stunna 4 Vegas were running the game. Let's keep their story alive, one click at a time.